Okay, so just an update on Gideon. In yesterday's video, which is still today for me, because this is in the evening. I filmed that video earlier today, but you're seeing it yesterday. Anyway, just a little recap. Gideon had stopped eating 4 or 5 days for sure. It may be longer than that. You know, that was just me going, looking at the cameras and seeing that he hadn't been going to his dish. So I don't know how long actually it was. Took him in this morning, yesterday for you, a little confusing here, to the vet. You know, they did blood work and x-rays, and they thought they saw something. So they kept him, and they've hooked him up to an IV, and they just called me a little bit ago and said that they gave him some contrast too, and that the contrast is moving through the body, making its way into the colon. So they don't think they need to do surgery at this point. They're not 100% sure yet, but it looks like they won't be doing surgery tomorrow, which will be today for you when you're watching this, because when I upload this video, it will be tomorrow, and I'll do a re-update for you, because they're going to call me in the morning and let me know for sure if they have to do surgery. But they just called me tonight and said it doesn't look like it. The contrast is moving, so hopefully they're thinking that if something was there, that he ate something, that it's moving that along. So right now, the thought is possibly, I'll take him home tomorrow. They'll give me like some anti-nausea, because they're thinking maybe if there is something that was in his, intestines, it could be irritating him and make him nauseous, and that's why he's not wanting to eat. Because he has been pretty grumpy lately too. Like I called my mom and told her about it, and she's like, because I usually take him over there, and he's good. And the last time I took him over there earlier this week, like he was hissing and growling at everyone. He wasn't in a good mood, and even my roommate made a comment these last few days. Like, he usually sits right outside her bathroom, and he's been growling at her when she walks by, which he doesn't do anymore. He's usually friendly. So I think something's probably been irritating him. So hopefully that's moving along, and that might be why he's not eating. So we'll know more tomorrow. So hopefully he can come home, which is good if we don't have to do surgery. That'll save a lot of money and, discomfort for him. So hopefully whatever he ate, which I'm thinking it's probably some foam that he found in my room, that he passes that and everything's, back to normal. Okay, so Gideon did come home today. They didn't have to do any surgery with him. So that was good. I went and picked him up this morning. They said he'd been a little cranky while he was there. So, which, obviously having not ate a lot, and plus, like they said, every time they came to get him, they were either putting an IV in him or doing something. So he knew every time someone was coming to the cage, he was getting a little upset because they were probably going to do something. So when I picked him up, they said, he had stuff like white stuff all over his face. I guess it's the barium. Is that what they call it? The barium? Venarium? Barium. And I think they put that in him. And so I believe that's what it was. That's the stuff. I have a list of everything they did that goes through him, that they can, I guess do x-rays and see if it passes all the way through, if there was a blockage or anything. And they said it went all the way through, so there's no blockage. But it was, all over in his fur, and they said that he would not let them wipe it off his face. So I did get him cleaned up a little bit after he got here. And if you notice in the video, I don't know if you'll be able to see, the paw that is shaved where they put the IV in is a little bigger, like it's fatter than the other one, because that's where all the fluids were going. So it's just kind of fatter because, a lot of fluids in that paw right now. They said that'll go down here in a day or two. I'm trying to look on the list. Looks like they gave him something for nausea too, which actually, how do they pronounce it? Ondansetron, Ondansetron. I actually think I have some of those that I got from, I'm sure they're probably a different milligram that I had for my cancer treatments. So I'm sure I have some of those, but they gave him something like he has some pills. There's 4 to give him. I start tomorrow that make his appetite increase, so that he'll want to eat. And that was the thing. Like, okay, there was no blockage, blood work, everything came back, but why isn't he eating? It's like, okay, I'm going to bring him back. And he did put on a little weight. He was 9.5 when he went there today. After he used the litter box, because my litter box weighs the cats, I could see that it was 10.2, which is going to be all the fluid he had. It's like, shoot, well, he's going to come back, but we haven't really solved the problem. Is he going to start eating? They did give him one of these pills while he was there, and as soon as he came back, he kept walking by the food dish and looking at it like he wanted it, but finally, I was able to see hours later on the camera, I noticed he ate some, so that's good. He actually finally has had a little bit of food, so hopefully with giving him these pills, which I don't know how I'm going to give it to him. Like, they're like, well, you just put in his food. Well, if he's not eating, that's going to be hard. And he has dry food, so I can't do that. So I'll have to look it up online, see. I haven't looked to see. I'm sure it's like a little tiny pill. Maybe put it in a little peanut butter or something. Either that or just like stick it in his mouth and hold his mouth closed and, rub his neck to get him to swallow and see if that'll work. But maybe I'll just try to put it on a little peanut butter or something. But it was good to see he ate a little bit. Boo kept running up to him. She missed him, smelling him stuff. Probably she can smell all the other animals that were there. So that's where we're at now. He's back. He's sleeping. He slept a lot since he was back because he's probably awake the whole time there with all the other cats and dogs in the kennel there, probably keeping him awake. So we'll see if he keeps eating and if he can start putting on some weight. So I'll keep you updated. That's where we're at right now. It's good to have him back, that we didn't have to do surgery, but we still have to solve this not eating issue. So I'll keep you updated. Have a good day.